So welcome Laura and welcome Duncan from Great Guns. Glad to have you here. And I'm going to ask you some questions about the role of creativity these days, like with all the fuss and buzz about AR, VR, AI, artificial stupidity, whatever there is. How do you think the role of creativity will develop? It's been sort of on a back burner lately, so what's next?
Well, for me, I was the president of CAN a couple of years back in the craft jury.
Yeah.
So I've always been a huge advocate of great craft. And I think that, the creativity and ideas and craft and execution are just one great big piece.
Yeah.
And as you know, I'm a massive fan of new talent.
Mm-hmm.
And that's been the very lifeblood of Great Guns that we're all about. So I love talent. People like Duncan, joined me actually very early on. He joined as a runner and then researcher. And then he left to go and pursue his dream, which was directing.
Okay.
And I was watching some music videos and I said to Sheridan, shit, that's really good. And he went, yeah. He said, do you know who did it? And I went, no. He said, Duncan. So I phoned him up. I said, Duncan, you're coming back.
Yeah, as a runner.
So we signed him. He's coming back as a director. So he's been gone for a couple of years.
Okay. Well, talking about Duncan, what's the advice you would give to a young person starting in the marketing communications industry right now? What do they have to do to stay relevant in the future?
Keep shooting.
Keep shooting.
Shoot.
And if they
Writing,
want to,
shooting.
yeah, and if they want to study something, what would that be?
Writing.
Writing.
Acting.
Okay. Writing.
If you want to be a great director, all of those things I think are really valuable.
Yeah.
And networking. And directors are really quite shy.
Yeah.
The Directors Club is so valuable because there's so many initiatives that they can watch and look at, and the research that you have.
Right.
It's just extraordinary.
Right. Well, that brings me to another issue with like all the holding companies, all the networks, now the consultants coming in, the big tech companies, and so on and so on. What is the role of the creative clubs now and in the future? Is there room for them? Is there a role for them?
I think as a purveyor and guardian of quality and the idea, they'll always have a relevance.
Yeah.
Even more so now.
And inspiration, maybe.
Inspiration.
Yeah, spread the inspiration.
Because a lot of that's eroding.
Yeah.
With the Accentures coming in and people like that.
Yeah.
Creativity is new to them.
Yeah.
They're great at money.
Right.
And creativity for them is they're learning.
Yeah.
And they're smart.
Yeah.
So they're learning. They've got to learn fast.
Yeah.
And for the creative people around, these resources are like gold dust.
Good. And Duncan, how do you feel about it? Do you think you've had any use of the creative clubs like the NAD in England or?
Yes, definitely. I mean, I think that exposure, particularly for new directors, is so important.
Yeah.
In terms of developing your career and so I think their role is more important than ever.
Uh-huh. And what about the award shows and festivals? Do you think they're good for the business as well?
Definitely. I mean, again, kind of looking at it as quite a young director, it's just invaluable to have your work showcased at award shows
and recognised.
We will edit
it was
that
a great piece of work called 2050
Okay.
Breast Cancer Now.
Yeah.
And he's been a winner in the One Show and British Airways as well, a finalist.
Yeah.
So this is his first really important piece of work.
Okay.
Winning awards.
I think as a director, you're always looking to move to the next level.
Right.
And sometimes it's hard to convince people to give you a chance to do something that you haven't done before. And I think that kind of recognition that you get at award shows is kind of really important for trying to enable you to move to the next step, whatever that could be.
Okay. Do you think that AI will someday replace directors and cameramen and so on?
No.
No.
Never.
Not in our lifetime.
Not in our lifetime. I think it may complement. I think it'll do a different job.
Yeah.
But you always need imperfection to make things beautiful.
And what do you think is going to be the relevance of film and video in the next couple of years?
I think it's going to continue to be more relevant than ever.
Yeah.
I mean, although the form and the channels are kind of changing, always over time they're changing. Brands are always going to want to use storytelling to convey their message. So the form that takes is changing, but the relevance is as much as it's ever been.
And the demand for content is huge.
Are you doing any 6-second things on video?
We're doing the workshop. We just got selected by Shots as workshop of the day today.
Oh, great.
6-second storytelling. You've got to go. It's brilliant.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. It's between 3 and 4:30 at the Palace.
Okay. Maybe I can convince you to go on a tour in different countries and work with the local creative clubs and talk about that.
Love to do that.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah, and we'll get Duncan involved in that as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And now that there's more and more channels and whatever medium there is to deliver the message and more content, so what is the sort of crucial thing to do to get your content noticed and remembered? What would that be?
I think there's a couple of ways for directors. I think music videos is a really amazing outlet now.
Yeah.
And short films.
Yeah.
And finding the best work you can, which isn't always easy when you're a younger director because you have to wait in the queue.
Yeah.
You start winning awards, you get better and better scripts. I mean, Duncan's getting better and better scripts now.
Yeah.
But it just takes time.
Yeah.
You know, it's not something that happens overnight.
Yeah.
The top directors are always getting a flow of really great work.
Yeah.
And for new directors, there's always a fight to get up there and get noticed. So you get noticed with music videos, with short films. So there's a lot of outlets where you can actually expose your work.
Yeah.
I think there's so many opportunities to get stuff made, to pitch on stuff. But yes, the competition is really intense. It's kind of it's easier to make stuff, and there's lots of opportunities, but the competition is increased because there's so many people trying to do it. Mm-hmm. So I think that's
Yeah.
I mean, I think we're companies like Great Guns and our peers who support new talent.
Right.
Come into the equation here is that we can manage and help and talk to our directors and Duncan about what ideas they have and support them. And that really helps. And if they're doing short films, we can help.
Yeah.
We can put a bit of money in, we can put post in, we can produce the job.
Right.
So those are the things that good production companies who manage talent do.
Yeah.
That's why there'll always be a need for us.
Yes.
And, you know, the in-house agency model is a model that just hires in a freelancer and bye-bye.
Yeah.
You're there to just do a job. They won't be managing talent.
Yeah. Okay, so what advice do you want to give to young talent, young creatives on any field of marketing business or any business in general, so that they know they have a bright future and they will survive?
My biggest thing is that it's not personal, it's just business. Never fear that you've made a mistake.
Yeah.
Just keep going. It's never personal.
Okay.
And I think that's one of the really tough things for young people is that they always think it's their fault. They've done something wrong when something's failed. Don't be afraid of failure.
Yeah. And
Duncan, what do you think?
I think, I think just you have to have the will to believe in yourself, and you're going to get a lot of no's, you're going to get a lot of setbacks, but if you really believe in what you're doing, then you should have strength of conviction to carry on.
I heard a good definition for luck. Opportunity meets the well-prepared. So if you prepare, and the opportunity comes, you will have luck. If you're not prepared, Yeah.
You can't run with it.
No.
I love that.
But you can't let your sort of will diminish, you know, from those setbacks. You've got to keep on, you know, believing that you're going to do good work. And,
Yeah.
yeah. So to not let your sort of ambition be diminished.
Yes.
Every opportunity is an opportunity. You've got to be in it to win it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, thanks Laura. Thanks Duncan.
Thanks, Sammy.